don't call it a comeback because I've been here for years. Welcome to the next edition of the TMS podcast. Your boy's back in the building. And you know what? I'm rocking the shirt that says, let your faith be bigger than your fear. Well, I don't have faith in any of my current teams except for the Celtics and Brewers. But I am Hollywood Ray Sean with my guy, Hollywood Aaron Cass, Mr. Feeling Blue, Mr. I forget the name of the Rangers show.
Blue Shirts Banner.
Blue Shirts Banner as well. Mr. Blue Shirts Banner as well. You will see 2/3 of the TMS crew very soon in Boston, which is crazy. You never thought that would happen, but you will see us very soon. As soon as I get the tickets, you'll see us in Boston in December. So can't promise a show, but you'll see us. Maybe we'll be able to put some stuff up on social media from any posts that we make. But Mr. Cass, how you doing tonight?
Not too bad. So before we even get started, just make sure you like, subscribe, follow That's My Sports on YouTube. We're trying to get the subscribers up to at least 100. Right now we're at 58, but it would just be very appreciated. Other than that, doing all right. Feeling Blue. If there's any Giants fans out there, doing that tonight at 10 o'clock. CPNY Sports and Hit Squad Productions. And so you're good with the Bruins and the Celtics. I'm good with the Rangers and the Rockets because, looking good, 6 straight.
Yeah. No, I mean, we'll get into that later on in the show. Maybe even for both teams. But as people know, when y'all hear my voice, and anytime we do this during this time of the year, we got to tap into the NFL. So once again, things continue to go crazy. In the NFL, teams that are supposed to win aren't winning. Teams that you think would lose are winning games. Comebacks are happening at a rapid rate. Injuries, unfortunately, are happening at a rapid rate. So I got to start in Aaron's neck of the woods. It's a little further up than him, but it's upstate New York. And that's what the Buffalo Bills, right? So obviously Buffalo has been a favorite really the last 3 or 4 years. They've gotten a lot of hype off one postseason game in 2021 against the Kansas City Chiefs, because it probably was a top 5, maybe even top 10 playoff game of all time, in my opinion. I think people thought it was recency bias at the time, but I'm like, no, that game was incredible, especially the ending. But nevertheless, it's not so incredible for them right now. They now currently are 5-5. They just came off a loss against the Denver Broncos, who are now standing at 4-5, and their last 2 wins have come against Kansas City, defending champs, and the Buffalo Bills, who was considered to be Super Bowl favorites, or a Super Bowl favorite coming to the year. So is it time to uncircle the wagons in Buffalo, good sir?
I mean, Buffalo's always Buffalo. They're always good, and then they just somehow fall off the wagon in the playoffs, or I guess right now they're good. I mean, Ken Dorsey, offensive coordinator, gone. So I expect him to be in East Rutherford pretty soon.
I mean, do you want him there though? Look at what
it's just because he's a Daboll's guy, but now I'm not so sure because Northwestern has hired their interim head coach. So Mike Kafka, I believe, will not be going there as the head coach. So we were probably with Mike Kafka for another year. But that's who the Giants wanted so bad before Mike Kafka was Ken Dorsey. Obviously, Brian Daboll tried to get him over there, but I guess he wanted to stay. But
right.
Also too, Trayvon Diggs is putting some jabs in there in Buffalo's locker room, trying to say that to get his brother out of there. Obviously, you probably want him in Dallas, but it's getting a little aggressive. I would bring up Leonard Fournette. He's on the practice squad just sitting there for 2 weeks straight. Great pass catcher. He's a little bit better than James Cook. You got to get that run game going because Josh Allen, who knows how long he's going to survive. Because he is the main rusher, and I think in the last four years, he's had 10-plus interceptions. So, if he's running all the time, he's getting mad. He's getting really tired. And he's trying to throw it, gets picked off. It's not looking good up there.
Right, and he has looked like the gunslinger that we've all said him to be. Now, I have said it on this platform. I've said other platforms I've been on. I said that Josh Allen was going to run the AFC East once Tom Brady left, and to an extent that's happened. They've won a few division titles in a row. Obviously, they have not been to a Super Bowl yet, but this seems very reminiscent of what happened when you and I were kids, right? Well, we were literally in the cradle, but they went to 4 straight Super Bowls in the '90s, and it was the K gun offense, and it was Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas and Andre Reed and Don Beebe, Bruce Smith, right? So they were a team that they were loaded, and it's very reminiscent, right? But it's like to get there, you're knocking at the door, knocking at the door, knocking at the door. They just haven't found a way to get it done, and it's amazing how many fans from up there in Orchard Park had their chest out as if it was predetermined that they were going to the Super Bowl, and predetermined they was going to win. And I'm glad this is happening, because I try to tell fans all the time, it is not a foregone conclusion that you go to the Super Bowl. And I share the story. I share it painfully because it makes Aaron and many other fans that root for the same team smile. I witnessed what was supposed to be the most foregone conclusion of all time, right? 07 Patriots ran through the league. And once again, I'm sure there'll be a bigger documentary about it one day, right? Excuse me. Ran through the league, pretty easily got through the playoffs. They get to the Super Bowl, run into their biggest test, right? And I'm losing 14-10. And then, the rest was history. Not 14-10, but 17-14, excuse me. Either way, they lost the game. And it was just like, after that, I'm like, there's nothing ever. If that's not the foregone conclusion, there is nothing ever in football that would be a foregone conclusion. So for Buffalo, for the Jets fans that were coming into the season already, licking their chops like Jameis Winston, who made some very great throws on Sunday. For those that didn't watch that, he was spot on. Even in their loss, but they didn't have a shot without him, if I'm being real. It's in the words of James Harden, it's scary hours in Buffalo, but not for a good reason. So I asked you, do you think the window is closing, or does the window close after this year if they don't make a strong playoff run?
I would say so. It's just because the contracts that are coming up for them, I don't think they're gonna have the cap space. So they're probably gonna have to. I'm not sure like what the dead cap would be, but let's see. I think Dalton Kincaid's getting like 14 mil. Josh Allen's getting like 47. Andrew, I think Dawkins is getting like 20, and then obviously Tre'Davious White, he's getting 17, but of course he blew out his Achilles, I believe it was, right, or his ACL. So
some lower leg injury. To me, I would cut losses with him, or at least if I'm going to keep him, he has to take a pay cut. And it's like, dude, this is 2 of the last 3 years you ended your season in a in a weird way. Once again, it's unfortunate, and part of it's out of it. That last one was out of his control. But it's just like, once again, I've said it on this show 1,000 times, and I will say it 1,000 more. Your best ability is your availability. And if you can't be on the field, there's no way you can demand top market money if we don't see you. Like, that's just, once again, that's not an opinion, that's a fact. So I tend to agree with you. It just makes me sick as a Patriot fan, because that division ended up becoming wide fucking open this year. And we're now 2-8.
Speaking of that, so Mac Jones is the third string quarterback going after. I mean, obviously, if you have a bye week this week, going into next week over Bailey Zappi and Will Grier. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I've been saying it for years. Alabama quarterbacks, USC quarterbacks, they do not translate into the NFL. Don't know why. Don't know how. They just don't. So pretty much is Bill just done with Mac and he just wants to go with Bailey Zappi, or is there something going on that I don't know up in the borough? You know better coverage than me.
So let me say this first. I hope that that's the case. I hope that it's the end of this era. I vehemently, adamantly say I hope that the Mac Jones era is over. And once again, there's a multitude of things that have gone wrong, whether from his end, from a coaching standpoint. So it's not all on Mac, it's not all on Bill. They're married at the hip together with this. They both have some wrongdoings that they just could not right. And I'm looking for him to go. I'm looking for Bill to go. So I cannot wait personally. That's the fan speaking. The analyst speaking. I'm ready for the Warriors to begin. Am I biased? Sure, I am. And for those that listen, you know why. I'm a Gator fan. He was a Gator before he went off to West Virginia, and before he began picked in the third round by Carolina a few years back. I'm ready to see what Will Grier can do. He's the most athletic quarterback on the roster. Besides Malik Cunningham is on the practice squad, but he's the most athletic quarterback there. He by far has the best arm on this roster right now. So my thing is, why not? You did literally nothing else to lose at this moment, but more games. Will Grier is not someone that's going to come in and you're going to win 7 straight. That's not happening, obviously. But as a Gator fan, as someone that thought that he was going to be at least decent once he got to the league, I even thought he would get a shot at Carolina, but that didn't happen. I'm ready for him to see what he can do these last 7 weeks. But Mac Jones should not touch the field again in New England unless it's injury. And that's where I'm at with that. You can't make the throws he made Sunday and come back from that, whether it be mentally or physically. Like it was a joke, to be honest. It's pathetic.
You know, it's not a joke. Josh Dobbs in Minnesota. That is not a joke.
Yeah.
He is definitely becoming the Case Keenum that the Vikings need.
Can you believe that though? Like it's just like how does that? And it's like we've been seeing it happen the last few years, right? And I know we talked about this when we met earlier about what we were going to talk about. It is unbelievable to me how he has transformed this season. And yeah, you bring up Case Keenum. I think he's been Geno Smith 2.0. You know, what are your thoughts on that?
Interesting. I mean, it's kind of funny though. He actually lost the backup job to Dorian Thomas, who is now, I don't know if he's a starter because they're saying he is, but it's like between him and PJ Walker out in Cleveland.
Right.
But I mean, this dude's smart. He's literally a scientist playing football.
Yeah.
And we saw him with Arizona. It really wasn't that bad. They just wanted to tank really bad, and it didn't work because now they're winning with Kyler Murray at the helm. So, I mean, he's making the throws, and he's scoring any way he can with his legs, and he's waiting to get his bag, it seems like. So I could see it being a Geno Smith 2.0 because look what Geno did what he needed to do. He's got the bag. Now he's kind of just there.
So do you think Minnesota looks to resign him, or do they try to go through the draft? Because Kirk Cousins won't be back.
Justin Jefferson wants Kirk Cousins. So you kind of have to keep your star receiver happy. I would still keep Josh Dobbs because they only traded, I think it was like a 6 or something like that for him.
Yeah, and listen, I want to be, and I'm not trying to. I'm being serious. So listen, Justin Jefferson, take a deep breath, sir. You don't need Kirk Cousins to be successful. Any quarterback that's back there is going to find you. You're still going to get 10 catches for 150 most weeks. Let's once again, TJ Hawkinson had 10 for 128 the other day. Just chill. If you come back and you be the number 1 option, don't worry. Your numbers will still look the same with Josh Dobbs. I can't believe that's what that's transformed into. Like I said, he definitely has become Geno 2.0, and it is paying off in a major way. He's become everything people thought he was going to be coming out of Tennessee. Right? And it's like, and sometimes it takes longer for people, right? I mean, he's only 27, 28, so it's not like he's, 35 and figuring this out. It's starting to come together for him, and I'm happy to see that it came together. Once again, he beat the Cowboys earlier this year. He now has, back-to-back wins here in Minnesota. So, yeah, it just goes to show that, one of the man's trash is another man's treasure, and he has been balling out in Minnesota, and I hope that it continues. It'd be a really good story, honestly.
Well, it's a really good story too. Is Andrew Berry, GM for the Cleveland Browns? Is he on the hottest seat because of what just transpired today with Deshaun Watson, where he has a broken bone in his shoulder, and that saga of what he paid for Deshaun Watson, gave him that deal, gave up those first, thirds, fifths to the Texans, and now we had it where He was saying he was hurt. The Browns said he wasn't. He didn't want to play. Now you have PJ Walker and Dorian Thomas. So it's like, what is going on in Cleveland? Is it just the water there? Is it just like, I don't understand what's going on, because Deshaun Watson was not like this in Houston.
So think about what they've gone through since we've been kids, right? You know, when they came,
Jesus,
when they came back as a franchise from, I think in '99, I think.
Yeah.
So Tim Couch, Kelly Holcomb, Derek Anderson, Jason Campbell,
Brian Hoyer,
right?
Brandon
Weeden, Jeff Garcia,
Colt McCoy.
Yeah. So there's been so
Brady
many.
Quinn.
Brady Quinn, right?
The other Brady.
yeah, the other Brady, right? So there's been so many names, and once again, there's guys that we're missing, but we named so many.
Tim Rattay.
Yeah, Tim Rattay. Oh my! That's so. Once again, him and Jeff Garcia, low key, San Francisco legend. I forgot about Tim Rattay. I forgot about him. I forgot that he went over there. So just think about how many names we just routed off. The ones that we haven't even routed off that did start. And then now, obviously, you fast forward to what's going on now. With Deshaun Watson. To answer your question about is there something in the water? Yeah, there probably is, right? I think that there's always something going on over there, and I feel like they haven't been right since Art Mordell broke them up in the mid-90s. I really feel like it's been occurring, and even before that, right? And obviously the fumble, and you run into John Elway a few times. You lose to guys that ended up going into Super Bowl and winning it. Well, John Elway didn't win it those years that he beat them, but he went to 5, went to 5 of them, and then somebody was on the strength of their backs that he got to the title game. So obviously, even before then, obviously, was Autogram with them? Autogram with Philadelphia? Autogram with them?
Yeah,
Autogram was with them. Okay, so you literally have not had a quarterback to really write home about since Autogram. So my mom was wearing pigtails and a skirt going to school the last time Cleveland rocked. Shout out to Drew Carey. It's like, and once again, it's like, damn. It's like, what is that? That's a problem. But I don't know. I just think, to me, PG Walker was good in the what did they do a few weeks ago? San Francisco. He was good in that game. I don't know if they have enough around him to make him look like somewhat serviceable. Who knows? Or you talk to Bill and you say, hey, why don't you put Mac Jones on waivers and send him to Cleveland? That'd be great. That'd be great. Go up there, Mac Jones, and he can play behind that line, and he can pass to Amari Cooper, and he can be with his old teammate Pierre Strong, and it'd be great. Go. That's perfect. Go up there, wave Mac Jones. Make sure he doesn't wave back. Wave him. Send his ass to Cleveland. Happy trails. See you later, baby. Get him out of here. Like I said, that would be perfect for me if that was the case.
Of course you would. You're just getting rid of the guy that you were so pumped about the way he walked up there.
Yeah,
in the first round.
I was happy for him. Once again, I would take his rookie season many times again. Once again, 22-10, I'm fine with. But once again, unfortunately, because of Matt Patricia and some other things that going on there, he's broken. And at least, once again, if he has a resurgence, it will not be in Foxborough. And once again, that's okay. I'm all set. So, but to speak of a resurgence, which I don't think any of us thought that this would be happening, we're going to take it out to the West Coast. Yo, the Denver Broncos, back-to-back quality wins. They smacked the Chiefs a few weeks ago, 24-9, and then they come into Buffalo and win because Buffalo just can't get out of their own way and win 24-22. So I asked the question: can we once again let Russell Wilson cook?
I mean, kind of have to. I kind of feels like though that there's a strain for some reason with him and Peyton. I don't know why. I just feels like there is. But he's like fantasy wise, he's doing better than Pat Mahomes. So I mean, that's just saying.
We're talking real life.
I don't know, but in real life, I mean, they're doing. I guess they need to get smacked by 70 to really like wake up and cut players that they didn't need, and Frank Clark and Randy Gregory.
So, man, I'm thinking about that, right? They're literally still in the playoff hunt, and they lost by 50 in the game this year. Think about that. That's insane. And once again, I was, for those that were getting on Russell Wilson, we got on him on the show. Some other shows got on him. He has 18 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. So once again, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. so shout out to that was one of my favorite ESPN shows too. Numbers never lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. So Russ Wilson, he's back, baby. He's back. You know, I don't want it if it isn't forever. Like, shout out to his wife, you know, Sierra, baby. You know, I don't want it if it ain't forever. And my dog is on a resurgence. He's back. I think they got another baby on the way. He's like, hey, she probably was like, hey, man, I need you to
stay in one spot.
Yeah, I need you to get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? She probably was like, hey, man. You know, I can't be in the studio right now, so you know you got to be the guy. You can't get cut right now, so maybe that was his added motivation. But whatever's been said, you know, behind the scenes, it's clearly working. So you know, I'm excited for him there. Because once again, I thought that he was going to do good there because I felt like when he's at his best, he's as good as anybody in the league. But you know, it's taking some time to get adjusted to. But yeah, they're in the hunt, man, and you know, I'm excited to see how the rest of the season unfolds. And last but not least, from week 10, I want to get into this team before we get into some NBA stuff. Is it time that we consider the Detroit Lions contenders and the not just the NFC but the NFL as a whole?
I wouldn't say why. I wouldn't see why not. Dan Campbell's doing what he needs to do the last 3 or 4 years. He's gotten Penei Sewell. He's gotten Jared Goff. Jahmyr Gibbs is finally showing up. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the sun god. Mm-hmm. I think he's had 8 straight 100-yard games, which is tied with Megatron.
Yeah,
in a season so far. So listen, if you watch the Hard Knocks, there are people that believed in him. It's hard to believe because I actually thought he wasn't going to survive longer than Joe Judge, and look who, I guess, big egg on my face. But yeah, no, I mean he's a former player, former tight end. He's got that energy. He's got just the believance in the team. The culture's a lot better. So I think they could be a very good powerhouse, especially with the offense that they have.
Yeah, but to me, I think it started last year when they got that road win in Green Bay, week 17 last year, or week 18.
Oh, yeah, yep.
And people was like, "Oh, you know what's going on?" And you know, why are they still looking to win games? He was like, "Look, season ain't over. He said we here to play spoiler. We're not about to let them get into play. We ain't going. They ain't going." And then that's basically what the message was. And you know, they came out there and did their thing. I still wish they had Jamal Williams there because I felt like he deserved to see that success because someone that had been there for the last several years. But yeah, they've built something special down there. But what I will say, I don't know if it lasts beyond this year because what happens is once teams have to see that you have some success, they want to pull away. And once again, I know and you know better than anybody. Once your team starts to win, and you know you have guys that are really good at their job. You know, teams start to, it's a copycat league. Sports is just copycat all of it. You know, what do they do up here? What do they do over there? So Ben Johnson will be somewhere next year. I hope that he's on Route 1. We need an offensive mind that we have not had maybe since Charlie Weiss. And you know, that's when the offense was doing a lot of things that were different here. I would welcome Ben Johnson, whether it's another OC or as the head coach.
There is a guy that is available who really, we talked about this on Saturday on the Shay and Aaron show, really didn't want the Patriots to be disrespected with an interim coach that's now in Las Vegas. He is available to be a coordinator once again.
So, and that sure it wouldn't cost him anything because he's still on the Raiders contract. But I believe that his next gig is going to follow Bill. So if Bill's wherever Bill's at, McDaniels is going to follow. So I don't think he comes back this year to do anything. That is an option, obviously, because Prof loves him. So I think that would be a pairing. I hope not, because once again, that means that they're keeping Mac Jones if that's the case. If Josh McDaniels comes back, they're keeping Mac Jones. And he'll get his 5th-year option. I want no parts of that. So that's the only reason. Once again, I still think Josh can coach an offense. I really do. We've seen him do really well as an OC. Even Max rookie year, like they looked, like a functioning offense at times. So that's not debatable. But I'd rather, once again, what I've seen Ben Johnson do with Jared Goff, when people thought that Jared Goff was, not the guy at all. Jared Goff has become Matt Stafford 2.0, literally, in Detroit. That offense has been super functional, good balance with the running game, obviously. So I'm hoping that that can be brought here. I talked about it on Missing the Point last night. I want Marion Hampton from UNC. I think he's the real deal. He's a running back. I want him in. So if he's in the 3rd round, 4th round, grab him. Like I think he is your James White replacement that we've been waiting for. Like go get him. Go get him. He's a safety valve. That offense has been missing a safety valve the last 2 years easily. Him and Ramondre Stevenson would be a very good pairing if they're able to come together. In my opinion. So, but yeah, no, and anyone but Josh. And anyone but Josh, man. So I get it. I can't. I don't want any retreads. I need something new. If I'm being honest. So yeah. So let's get into some NBA stuff, man. So NBA's getting real spicy, man. It's getting real spicy, man. Most teams are 10 games in. Some teams are 11 games in. The NCAA is easy in the end. If I could get it out, the in-season tournament I think has been what they've been looking for from a competitive standpoint. So just what has been your thoughts so far on the in-season tournament now that we're a couple of games into it?
I will say I still don't like the courts. I feel like they're kind of dumb, but overall, we're seeing some great basketball in general, and also some bad basketball from certain teams. But for the most part, the only thing I didn't like about the in-season tournament was just like what I thought it was just like one team elimination. Like they weren't really describing what it was going to be, so it kind of just confused a lot of people. But now that I see it, just looks like you're just incorporating like big Showtime games and this and that. It just looks like it's just regular NBCs, and they're just putting money involved.
Right. Yeah. No, that's for sure. I do think they're ironing out, obviously, for next season. Anytime there's something inaugural, it's always going to look insane because the planning, you can think you plan for it, and it comes out a way that you think is going to come out, but then it doesn't. I've loved it from a competitive standpoint. I thought that it's been awesome. Let me say this, because I don't know. I forget which group they're in, but Amos' brother Ansar. Listen, that dude is lethal. Him and Kate Cunningham are gonna be very good for a long time in Detroit. That dude's a future first team all defense. And I've seen a little bit from Amen as well, but I've seen a little bit more Detroit than I've seen Houston. But man, that dunk he had the other night, I forget who. I was like, whoa! I said, they out here getting up like this? Wait a minute. I was like, them Thompson brothers gonna be good for a long time, man. And I was just like, it's you got a good one. Detroit got a good one too, man. So love to see it. Because once again, even Draymond gave him credit, right? He was like, look, He was like, "Them guys are gonna be taken away from my from some awards to me because they're already this good." And I still want to see guys like Brandon Miller out there. Obviously, he's been hurt the last couple of games, but this might be early returns on this draft class. It might be one of those ones. Like this might be a draft class that turns out to be like how 2017 was, how 08 was, and how 03 was. So we'll see how that unfolds. Because it seems like there's some special talents for sure. Some guys are stepping up in their roles. Speaking of not stepping up, though, your former boy, man,
he is the system.
Yeah, he is the system. Like that, maybe that should have been the title. I am the system. No,
I mean the window is closing on James Harden.
Yeah, I like that. Yo, 6 straight though, 6 straight losses. Like they lost to Memphis too. Like man. And, hey, praise up to Marcus Smart too, man. I seen that injury. That shit look nasty. I'm hoping he's good because we see them Sunday. So I need to see him on the court Sunday. Please be out there, Marcus Smart. Get that ankle tape, do something, brother. Get your mind right, and be out there, please. But damn, 3-7, 0-6, like, yo, Ty Lue, man. And once again, we talked about him being a really good coach at times, and not being afraid to say certain things in the moment. But just what are your thoughts about what's happening so far on there? Do you think they turn it around sooner rather than later?
Well, I just saw today that he told Bones Highland that he will not be in rotation whatsoever for the foreseeable future. And I talked about it with Shea, and he kind of didn't really agree with me. But I said that they don't have any depth because Shea said it was pretty much like a push trade. They both kind of want each side, but it's looking like the Sixers won this trade because they're 8-2 right now, tied with first in the East.
Yeah,
the Clippers don't have depth.
Yeah,
and I think Mason Plumlee went down too with injury. So who do you have under Zubac? I don't think anybody.
They're about to sign my guy Tice.
Oh, that's right, Daniel Tice. That's right, because he got bought out by the Pacers. That's okay depth.
Yeah.
But that's still not going to help you in the long run. And I don't know. Shea said that he wants Russell Westbrook on the bench, lead that second unit, and then you have Harden obviously in the starting lineup. But I feel like they just need to gel because they don't know how to play with each other. And I think the other night when they lost, Paul George just wasn't really passing the ball. He was kind of keeping it to himself, and I'm like, dude, you can't be doing that. And that's kind of really it because it's just the chemistry.
Personally, I think James should come off the bench. That's where I'm at. Let him come off the bench. And
I don't think he will, though.
It's not his decision. It's not his decision. He ain't the coach. Well, he ain't the coach. What that mean? That's like when I be doing senior charts with my kids. Kids like, oh, I'm not saying that. Oh, you not? get out my room then. What are we talking about? Say no. Hey, you gonna tell me what you're not gonna do? It's one thing if you want to say, hey, can we talk about this? But you telling me what you're not gonna do? Sure, please sit your ass down. So if I'm Ty Lue, I'm sure Ty Lue has a similar mindset to me. Who are you talking to? I'm the one that played with Kobe Bean Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm the one who played with the GOAT and Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I'm the one who was the assistant coach, or no, he wasn't assistant yet. Then he played on the finals when they was in Orlando and they lost to LA. I'm the one that was on the Celtics bench assistant. I'm the one that was the coach for LeBron James, and we won our first house in 1964. You ain't done shit, James, but win a couple MVPs and win a couple honey buns. What are we talking about? Please, hell no. If Ty Lue says to him, hey, I need for this team to optimize at its full strength, I need you to be OKC James. How are you going to say no to that when the results ain't been there? Once again, this has been a very calm show. You saying that I just got super annoyed behind that. That is unbelievable. And once again, it ain't your fault, but it's like, really? You can't say what you're not gonna do when you haven't produced anything. That's a problem. That's just oh God, no. If Ty Lue says to him, hey, I need you off the bench because you'll be literally the best sixth man this league has ever seen, then do that shit. You'll get the advantage. You'll get the ball in your hand, James. You can do whatever you want to do. But it's clear to see that the lineup that they have put together is not working. When you got Kawhi and Paul George guarding Jokic, and once again, this is not a knock on Kawhi RPG because they are two of the best perimeter defenders this league has ever seen in any era. It don't matter who it is. But that guy, Jokic, is a different player. And we've seen it really from 2018 to now. This dude is fucking unguardable. He is. He makes the right play 95% of the time.
Not the other night when he went up against Alperen Şengün.
So
he actually was worse when Şengün was guarding him than any other Rockets the other night.
Okay, but add context to that, Aaron. What have we called him on the show?
Well, I believe it's a future MVP. No, I'm just kidding. Young Jokic.
Right,
everyone has though.
Baby Jokic's fine. So
and this dude actually cares about basketball and not horses.
Yeah. Well, maybe you should care about horses too, because maybe y'all be NBA champions. But
slowly, we're getting there.
Well, yeah, get it. So it's like, come on. It's like that's incredible to me. So yeah, baby Jokic, of course he's going to look different against him because Şengün, I think, to me, is in that mode. So once again, we're giving credit where it's due. So not the other 2019 or 28 teams don't have that. So they're going to look foolish. And you saw the video. Zubac was on the bench shaking his head. So he might not be there much longer either. But back to the Bones Highland thing, because I did see that report earlier. I forgot about it, so I'm glad that you brought it up. Yo, I'm all for, if it's really a matter of when, because he hasn't been that good here in Boston. I'm all for them packaging Pritchard and somebody else over there. If you want to get Jordan Walsh to take him, just to sweeten the deal. They don't want to give up for Bones Highland. Give up that. Give another second rounder. Send it to Portland, get Bones Highland over here because he is the best scorer they desperately need here badly, and they need that, and they need one more big, and I think that would be now you have your 7th, 8th man that you could play on a regular basis without exhausting Tatum and Brown and company. So that would be phenomenal if that was the case, since he's not going to be in a rotation. They're doing James Harden's doing the Bones Highland when he did it to Tyrese Maxey in Philadelphia, and now we see what's happening with Maxey. So Bones just needs a chance, in my opinion. Is he a little erratic? Sure, he is. But the man gets you 16, 17 a night. He's a hooper, and I think he just needs to be in the right situation. And I would hope that Brad Stevens, is at least monitoring it. Once again, doesn't have to pull the trigger on it, but I hope that he's monitoring that what's going on there, and makes that deal come to fruition sooner rather than later. So. We'll leave it at that. But I wanted to get into some more teams because, like I said, there's been a lot of teams that's been doing well. So, who has been the early surprises for you so far going into 10 games?
Definitely. And I want to shout out this guy. We definitely need him on the show. Our man Ernesto, who's a NASCAR pit crew. Mm-hmm. He's been putting up for the last few days. Mr. Anthony Jeffrey Edwards. Up in Minnesota, averaging 27, almost 28 points per game, just lighting it up. I mean, this Timberwolves team, very nice. Definitely, I put it up on CPNY Sports this thing because he was talking about when they won. I said, "Oh, so no Karl Anthony Towns," because Karl Anthony Towns has just been a shell this year, in a sense.
No, he had 30 and 10 last night.
That's one game, though. I mean, he's averaging 20, but it's like he doesn't compliment Rudy Gobert. I just feel like he's not a good forward there.
Hold on, because so Mike, Mike that's on the show. Mike slandered him last night. You slandered. Hold on, let me.
Not really slandering. It's just that he's not a good complimentary for Rudy Gobert. That's all.
Fine. Hold on. NBA. Shout out to the Yahoo Sports app because they have a really good breakdown of stuff here. So let's see, Minnesota. So okay. So my guy. So last night, 32 points, 11 rebounds, and a couple steals. Right. So let me just click on his game log.
I mean,
So
his 3-pointers has been pretty off. That's for sure. I think he's
so
averaging at least like 2 or 3.
so 36% for a big man shooting three is actually elite. Um,
That's kind of crazy.
45% from the once again he's 6'11. So 45% from the field, that could be higher. But it's just like, once again, he's getting 21 and 9 still.
And most of his points are going with free throws too. So
right. So the only game he's looked subpar in recently is the game against Boston when he only had 7 points in 28 minutes. But 33, 21, 29, 23, 25, 21. And then I know he had 16 against Atlanta. He to me, he's not assertive enough. I think if you want to say that, I can agree with that. But this man is 25 and 12 walking. And once again, if you didn't have who you had down there, as far as baby Jokic, I would definitely look into saying, go get that guy, because once again, there's not too many guys that can do. Even though I can't stand Pat Bev, I give Pat Bev credit. Some others that talked about Carl, they was like, there's nothing that Carl Towns can't do, offensively, and it's true. He's a 6'11 guy that can get you off the dribble, can hit a step back three. He's going to get you 10 rebounds a night. Like that. I'm sorry. I was like, hey, and so he's 27. It's not like he ain't 32, 33. Like to me.
I think he would be better with his team that I believe Shea said on Saturday. Check that episode out. It's on YouTube. The Indiana Pacers. I think he complement well with Miles Turner. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton's going absolutely nuts. So he's in his Jay Kidd bag.
Turn out to be in that deal. You're not getting Kyle Johnson without giving up Miles Turner. I actually, you know what?
Why though? They already have like 3 centers on the roster. They just need
I would love to see that. I would love to see him and Halliburton being a pick and roll. I think that would be phenomenal to see. Because I was very high on Halliburton coming out, and he's made me look very good with picking him. I thought he was going to be very good coming out of Iowa State. I wanted Boston to draft him at 12 at that time. Every team is a Pat Bev or Dylan Brooks. Maybe not a Pat Bev, but I wasn't gonna, as someone who was joking with Aaron about Dylan Brooks off the show. I was saying on air as opposed to saying it online. Dylan Brooks has been good as advertised on Houston this far. I still think there'll be some moments where you look at him and you kind of scratch his head.
Oh, absolutely.
When it comes to him, but so far, Ime has gotten the best out of him, and Ime is gonna be probably one of his favorite coaches, because Ime will call every single person out on that team. If you are not playing the way you need to play, he would say, "Can you stop playing like a bitch and do what you're supposed to do?" If he did it to Tatum, he's going to do it to everybody on your roster.
And so that's what we needed. Jabari Smith said that too, that he holds people accountable. No one's playing AAU on the court, and there's actually structure now. I mean, again, I said it before. Steve Silas is a great guy. I would definitely shake his hand if I saw him in public. He just wasn't the coach that we needed. He was just that bridge guy.
He wasn't his dad.
Yeah, exactly.
His dad played up here. I thought that he was going to be one of the new assistants up here, but I forget where he went to. I want to say he's in Toronto or Philly now, something like that. But I know they were looking.
You got Jeff Van Gundy, so you're good.
No, I'm talking. He was going to be on the bench, so he wasn't going to be like a senior advisor. He was going to be on the bench. But
I know he was for that playoff run or something, right? When you got
last year. I love what I'm seeing from Cassell and Lee and the rest of the crew. They've been off to a really good start, obviously there. But yeah, listen, Minnesota. Needless to say, Minnesota's for real. OKC has had a nice little run so far as well. You said Rockets, I think it's a 4th in the West right now, at 6-3. So yeah, so I think, to me, we're seeing an infusion of talent come through the Western Conference. The East is looking like the weaker conference right now, but obviously Philly has looked great. Boston's looked great. Miami, once again, is flying completely under the radar. They're right behind. They're 7-4, I think.
So weird. Weird.
But I hate that I'm saying this, but whatever. Once again, I have to be unbiased. I'm trying to be unbiased. 2 things about Miami. One, Bam Adebayo is playing out of his fucking mind this season. Out of his mind. Which I'm once again, it's not surprising, but it's like, damn, like he's really taking that leap, which is crazy.
He's averaging like 23 and 11, I
Yeah,
think.
crazy, right? So, and I think in any other year, they had the rookie of the year. He's not going to win over Wemby. But that Jaime Jaquez kid from UCLA, they do it every year. They do it every year when they develop these guys, and it's just like, but he's nice. Like he's better than Caleb Martin already. He's better than all them guys already. He should be starting by the end of the year. Like he's that good. It's like so it's just like Kyle Lowry, that bum needs to go. Give the keys to Hero and Bam. Get the keys to Hero and Bam and see what happens. There. If him and Jimmy wasn't so at odds, I think Cat would be great down there in Miami too. But we'll never know. I see that.
To quote Jimmy Butler, he's baby shit. He's not going down there. They'll never do that.
It's funny, right? Maybe, but couldn't you see? I'm thinking because I'm like whenever. I know he just signed a deal, but I know he won't be. I could see Anthony Edwards going to Miami at some point. Like he's tailor made for that organization. Tailor made. Because you need someone that's going to replace Jimmy, right? Eventually.
True.
And to have to have Anthony Edwards, Bam, Hero, and like whoever, I think that would be a really good big three, down there. I know they're looking at Anthony Edwards, Zach LaVine. They're looking at him, but I feel like
where do you think he would go? Where he should go? Obviously, you're just talking about Miami, but let's be reasonable. Chicago's probably gonna want something out of it, and I don't know what Miami.
Yeah, trying to think.
I joked and said the Clippers in Sports Nation prime time because everybody wants to go there. Apparently, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah. I'm just joking. I mean, he could be a Laker, come back home, could be a Laker.
I'm tired of that shit because tired of people like Zach LaVine, like superstars going to the Lakers playing or playing with LeBron.
Yeah, but I'm thinking they have pieces. They have pieces they can actually give to Chicago. Like they could give Hachimura. There's some guys they can give over there that would be. But to me, Zach LaVine should be the focus. Teams should be going after Alex Caruso. I think that he's going to help whoever. Like if Milwaukee's looking at him, or if the Heat were looking at him. I hope that he doesn't go to the Heat. I hope not. But I just like, to me, Milwaukee would be a good fit for him. Obviously, even Boston, even like in New York would be really good, for Alex Caruso. He fits right into that culture there too. So yeah, but maybe Zach LaVine goes to New York too. Who knows? Maybe something like that.
I could see that. I could see maybe like putting like Evan Fournier in that deal. And not 1 for 1, but they're gonna have to actually, put some.
Well, no, yeah, he'd be a filler. Maybe that's where you trade quickly there, because you're not looking to sign him. You didn't give him the money, so let Brunson and LaVine be your backcourt there.
That could be nice.
And Quentin Grimes come off the bench, and him and DiVincenzo come off the bench, and it's Brunson, LaVine, Barrett, Randall, and Mitchell Robinson. Yeah, but that's a pretty good five. But I don't think they won the championship, but I do think that they at least get to a second round again, with that squad. So we'll see. But there's a lot of things that will probably come together in these few months that we don't know. As we know, when it comes to trades, the NBA never sleeps. We can end this tonight and wake up tomorrow morning and find out that like it was another blockbuster trade that happened. So we'll see how that unfolds. So,
well, speaking of New York, did you see that Mark Jackson has been terminated of his duties, play-by-call for the Knicks, and is banned from the Garden?
Did not see that.
Another Knick banned from the Garden. I'm not sure what happened. I obviously joked instead that he probably put his Christian values on someone, on an assistant or something, and it didn't really end well. Mm-hmm. But I don't know yet. That's just kind of what happened about an hour or two ago. So it's a little ridiculous. Maybe he was trying to tell Thibodeau what to do. And I actually think he'd be a better coach than Thibodeau because we know what happens, runs people to the ground.
Right.
So
Facts.
it's
Yeah,
just I
that's
feel like maybe that's what happened, but it's a
yeah,
little crazy today.
that's unfortunate. But it is what it is. It's pretty shaky. And I want to get to something else that's been really shaky too early in the season, and that's the NBA refs. Like what the fuck is going on? Like these dudes are getting texts for no fucking reason.
Is there gambling again?
I mean, listen, we know sports betting is back to being at a new all-time high, obviously. That is being legal. But damn, like the tech that Wemby got the other night, that was a joke. Some of the texts have been on Porzingis this year has been crazy. I don't know why the referees are trying to make it be about them so much. Like I don't get that. So maybe you have more insight than me on it, but I'm just like, to me, it really just blows my mind how much these refs have trying to incorporate themselves in the game when they don't fucking need to.
I'm just waiting for another 30 for 30. There's gotta be something going on with these refs. They're probably getting paid by the mob or being another Tim Donahue, but
yeah, I don't know.
That's a little aggressive. Speaking of text though, I mean, what the fuck is going on with Draymond? Is he just becoming so irrelevant that he needs to put people in chokeholds and that does he want to be the WWE so bad? I mean, I don't know what's going on. Like, is he knowing he's becoming just a jag and he's just trying to start stuff? I don't know what's going on, but
so ironically, this ain't on him. If you see the tape, Gobert was on one of his teammates. He said, "Oh, you gonna grab folks? Cool."
It didn't really look like anything. I saw it too because he was trying to break up the Jaden McDaniels, Klay Thompson, and
right.
He's trying to break up. Draymond just swoops out of nowhere,
really, right,
and puts him in a chokehold. It's like, what?
So clearly, he was waiting on that moment. Clearly,
yes, there's no way.
There's no other way to say it. Like, you clearly was waiting on the moment, which is fine. Okay. And he saw his moment and he took it. And shout out to Jay Moore and anybody else that used this reference already because it's facts. It looked like Baby Boy 2.0. My man was Ving Rhames.
Yeah.
and Tyrese was and Rudy Gobert was Tyrese, aka Jody. Like,
do you think Rudy Gobert said, "Mama," as soon as he got in there?
Cry for your mama.
Great movie, by the way, folks. If you never,
yeah, it's facts. Great, yeah. Shout out to John Singleton. Rest in peace. But yeah, great movie. What was the question?
Nah, I was just saying, is he just becoming irrelevant that he needs to do something?
No, that's always
seen it with Jordan Poole, Sabonis, Rudy Gobert. I mean, the list probably goes on and on, but it just feels like now he's just trying to do stuff.
Yeah, it's always going to be him though, and that's the problem. It's always going to be him. He's always going to take away from.
Steven Adams when he kicked him in the nuts.
It's too much, and it's just like I said he got kicked in the nuts. I think in the preseason he got kicked in the nuts, and someone was like, "Yeah, like, it don't feel as good when it's happening to your ass, right?" And it's like, I don't know, man. The antics, which is why he went on the rant. He went on the other day, like, "Oh, like it's been 12 years, and you're trying to tell me how to be Draymond. Like, I'm the only one that can be Draymond Green." And it's like, dude,
oh boy.
I know you're from Michigan, Saginaw to be exact. So shout out to the 313. Hey Timmy, how are you? What's up, friend? I get it, but it's like, dude, you're not the Black Bill and Bear. Calm down, relax.
You're not even Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, you're not Dennis Rodman. You're not James Edwards. You're not. You're not Rick Mahorn. Actually, he may be Rick Mahorn. He may be that Rick Mahorn. That seems that might be comparable. He may be Rick Mahorn, but even then, Rick wasn't doing things that took away from the team. He might smack with somebody else on the other team a little bit, give him a little hip flexor there, or as as Kevin McHale would say, I'm about to bust your fat ass. Pause. It's like, whoa, Kev, calm down with the commentary there, but Yeah, so I don't know, but he needs to get it together immediately. So, but it is what it is. But nevertheless, besides the side antics, once again, we got good tournament play. We got good, we have good competition throughout the NBA so far. So I'm hoping that continues. I'm hoping that there's no major injuries. And once again, I just hope that we have a good season overall. So with that said, let's get back into the NFL. Do what we do every week when we're on the show, and give you our weekly picks. So finally, as the Rock would say, finally, the NFL has a good game on Thursday night, and that is the Cincinnati Bengals, or the Bungles, as Aaron would call them, against the Baltimore Flock of Ravens. Who do you have in this one, good sir?
Ooh, that is tough. I mean, the Ravens are coming off a loss to the Cleveland Browns. Tiger King is kind of fighting his stride. Oh man, I might have to go. Ooh, wow! Ooh.
We got him stumped early, ladies and gentlemen.
I am stumped because this is actually gonna be a very good Thursday night game. I'm very surprised. I'm gonna go Tiger King. I'm gonna go Tiger King.
I should have said that long. Listen, I'm rocking with Cincinnati too, man. I know. Listen, boy, CJ Stroud. Give this man Rookie of the Year. I should have said that earlier, but it's relevant now. He had his coming out party again last week. That man's Rookie of the Year. It ain't close, and he might fuck around and be MVP too. Dude is lethal. Needless to say, Cincinnati bounces back and wins this game. Baltimore had a tough loss last week as well. Cleveland came back in the final minutes, but yeah, I think Cincinnati is the better team, and they eventually will win that division, in my opinion. So next, this becomes a 1-2-3 because of the Deshaun Watson injury. We have the Steelers versus the Browns. 1, 2, 3, Pittsburgh.
No, I have Browns.
So you got PJ Walker pulling out the win?
I do because the Steelers are bottom 3 in a lot of categories, and yet they're 6-3. It's very weird. So I mean, Jaylen Warren is a starter now over Najee Harris, but I just feel like the Browns, because of their defense, they're going to beat the Steelers.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'll rock with Pittsburgh on that one, but who knows? Yeah, I mean, it's a division game. You just never know. This is a 1-2-3. Chicago versus Detroit. 1, 2, 3.
Lions pride.
One pride, baby. Let's get it. So next we have the Chargers versus the Packers. This should be a 1-2-3, but it's not going to be. I'm actually going to go with Green Bay here. I think Green Bay finds a way to win this game on Sunday. What are your thoughts?
I will also go Green Bay, and I saw a stat that the Chargers have scored the most. They have one of the most points, and yet they're dead last in their division.
Terrible. It's just some changes going to need to be made over there too. Next game. This game is going to be a little more interesting than it would have been a few weeks ago, because they're on a 2-game winning streak. But you got the Raiders going into South Beach against the Dolphins. And let me tell you something. I worked a game when the Raiders came down there. It's going to be, they won't show it on TV like that. It'll look different. Them Raider fans travel, and that's
sure do.
Hard Rock Stadium is going to be packed full of Raiders. There's going to be Charles Woodson jerseys. It's going to be some Fred Biletnikoff jerseys, some Dave Casper jerseys. You name it. Rich Gannon, Jerry Porter, you name it. It's going to be out
Hendricks.
There. Yeah, Hendricks. Yeah, Charlie Garner, you name it. They are going to be out there in full effect. So, who do you have in that one?
I have Raiders.
Let's go.
I mean, Antonio Pierce rocking them black Air Force Ones. He's got that culture changed. I mean, the Dolphins can't beat good teams. They can only beat bad teams. And Raiders are 5-5. Yeah. But I mean, I think Mark Davis actually got it right with the coaching right now.
Yeah, I mean, I love what Antonio Pierce has been talking about in these press conferences. He's clearly been waiting on this moment, and I'm glad that they're responding to him, because they easily could have said, "Man, fuck this dude, and we're not going to do X, Y, and Z." They're playing for him clearly at this moment. So I hope they continue to rise to the occasion in that regard. Yeah, and then they brought Jack Jones on. They signed him.
Well, his journey is that he's been with Antonio Pierce pretty much
Yeah.
his whole career. So
right. So
makes
yes,
sense.
anyone that can get to him in the league now is going to be him. So, and once again, Jack Jones can play corner. So once again, he had issues off the field, but he could play corner in his league, and I think that's a very good pickup for them late in the season. So I'm rooting for Jack Jones to do well over there in Vegas. So but I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go with Vegas comes down there and gets the road win. I think that they are flying high. I think that Miami obviously has that talent, but once again, we're seeing that the AFC East is wide open, and there's not a clear-cut best team in that division. It's just not. So it's just like we'll see how that unfolds, but I don't think that they're going to be. We're not going to see it from them on Sunday. So next we have the Giants versus the Commanders. Is this a 1, 2, 3 for you?
Okay, so if anyone didn't watch Saturday with Shady, I actually picked against the Giants, and they went up against the Cowboys. It was the first time in 3 years I've ever picked the Cowboys against the Giants. So if anyone didn't watch that, go watch that. It was very emotional that I did that. But
you knew it's like you had
that's what Shady was saying to me. Yeah, but it's just like I hate picking against the Cowboys. I said I would rather if it was like Alabama versus the Cowboys, I'd pick Alabama. I was like I wouldn't just never do it, but because he wanted to put a bet on it, I was like nah. But no, I got the Italian stud muffin, Tommy DeVito, who apparently gets his bed made and grilled cheeses and chicken cutlets at home. For some reason, we beat the Commanders. I don't know how, I don't know why, but we always have their number.
Listen, I can't believe Sam Howell leading the league in
passing yards. Yeah,
unreal.
Eric Bieniemy effect.
But once again, never forget, Patriot fans. We chose a kicker before Sam Howell. No, sorry, take it back. No, that wasn't the kicker. That's the wrong year. We took Billy Zappi before Sam Howell. Never forget that, Patriot fans. We Sam Howell was there in the 4th round, and we let him go all the way to the 5th round to Washington. So never forget that, Patriots fans, that you could have had your leading passer in the fucking NFL right now. But you chose a guy from Western fucking Kentucky. Congratulations. What a joke. Needless to say, listen, I need y'all to win Sunday.
You need me to win? Why?
Because like we're fighting for draft position at this moment. Like I need y'all to win. I need y'all to beat us the next week. So go Giants, go blue, baby. Go blue. Let's go. Tommy, TD, baby. Let's get it. I need Tommy DeVito to turn into Phil fucking Sims and go ham on Washington. So please, Tommy, I need you to, and even if you don't win this week, I need you to do your thing on the 26th. Please get in the word. And once again, I say this line all the time on the show. I need you to be like Big Daddy Kane. To get the job done. I need that work, baby. I need it. So let's go. Feeling blue on Sunday, baby. I'm coming on next week. CP, I'm coming on to talk about how the Giants got that win, baby. You may have to pick them again this week after this next game here.
God damn it.
Cowboys versus Panthers. Come on, man.
I'm not doing it again. Not doing it again. No, Panther gang.
Cut it out.
Panther pride. Not doing it again.
Cut it out. Stop it. I
can't do it again.
Stop it. And also, sorry. On a side note, this is more personal, but someone that. So I grew up with his older brother, but he's now on the team for the Cowboys. Shout out to Jalen Brooks for getting his first NFL reception last week because the Giants at the end of 4 catches for 39 yards. So Jalen, you'd already be the number 1 here in New England if you came home, buddy. So you played well in South Carolina. You now got into the league. You're now on the board. So I hope those 4 was the 4 of many to come. So keep that going. I want you in a different uniform, but I'm glad you was able to get on the field Sunday and get onto the record book. So That was great, but cut it out. That Carolina want to lose, so Carolina's not going to they're going to do whatever they can to lose the game. They're not looking to win. They're not. They're just not. So Dallas is going to win by default, unfortunately. That's just what that team is not good. And they talk about, man, Bryce Young. Talk about sending your franchise back. CJ Stroud goes right after. He's killing it. Bryce Young was
the worst O-line.
Yeah, sure, but once again, Cam didn't have a great O-line either, and Cam came out there killing it too. So I don't know. To me, it's a little shaky, but listen, Dallas is going to devour. Let's be real. Next, 1, 2, 3 as well. Titans versus Jaguars. Even though you got Will Levis has done okay. 1, 2, 3 Jacksonville. I know they came off. So right, cut it out. Cut it out, Ryan. Right, Mr. Jones. Cut it out. He just happy that his 49ers got back into the winning book. Winning record this week. But I don't know. You saying that because you're working for some people in Carolina, so you got to make sure that you pick them. So I don't know about that, but we gonna see. But I'm rocking with Jacksonville for that next game. So next we have the Cardinals versus Texans.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. I'm like, once again, this is I think Kyler Murray's gonna make some plays, but but once again, we also need Arizona to win too. So it's like anybody that has around the same record as New England, I need to win a few more games. Like I said, New England's not gonna win many more games. New England should be 1-9 right now, but thanks to Buffalo wetting the fucking bed. It is what it is. So Texas should win, man. We know that, but I'm like, from a fan standpoint, I need AZ to step up and do something, something worthwhile there on Sunday. So next, I'm glad you were here for this one, Ryan. Prime time. I'm here. We got Tampa Bay coming into San Francisco. And you know what? I'm going first. I'm going with the upset. I'm giving raw thoughts right now. I'm going with the upset. I'm going with Tampa Bay going into San Francisco and Baker Mayfield doing the walking like I talking on San Francisco. Yeah, I want Bill to leave. We talked about it earlier. Yeah, I want Bill gone. Yes. I want him gone. But don't worry about that right now. Tampa Bay's going to come into San Francisco. It's a new candlestick. I know it's not in the candlestick no more, but come into new candlestick, and they're going to come in and get the victory. It's going to feel like 0-2 all over again.
I would rather it still be candlestick than Levi. It just sounds weird.
I know. Much different feeling.
Oh, I might have to go. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Faker Baker about to get fired.
Your boy Brock Purdy better show up.
I hope so too. I got the Niners in this one, but
boy getting exposed.
Oh, real quick. From what I understood, he was the next Tom Brady. That's what I heard.
Yeah, crazy.
Exactly what I heard.
But you got to get. So we talking 7. We ain't talking height, Ryan. 7, baby. 7-2. 7-2. We ain't talking height. Well, 7-3. Excuse me. 7-3. We ain't talking height. So 7. Yeah. So your boy got a long way to go. Just saying. So we'll see how that goes. So next game. I'm glad this is something. I'm glad he only listening to this too, because the Jets was his preseason pick. He said it's gonna be the Jets versus my 49ers in the Super Bowl. And so and bam, 20 minutes into the season, what's going to happen to the injury? But 20 minutes into the season, just like that, Thanos came in and said, "Nah, we not getting no Jets 49 Super Bowl." So we got the Jets and the Bills.
I got the Jets in this one.
Got the Jets. I'm not picking the Jets because Ryan on here watching it. I'm not picking the Jets. I'm going with the Buffalo Bills. I'm circling the wagons. The window is not closed yet. Josh Allen's gonna come back and throw for 350 and 4 touchdowns on that defense. Everyone's gonna be like, "Wow, damn, he's really good." The Jets. Jets, Ryan. Just end the season. You feel me? Oh my God. I can't do it. So next, this is a 1-2-3 as well. NFC West matchup. Seahawks versus Rams. 1-2-3. Seattle Seahawks, baby. Woo!
Yeah, I have to go see Hags.
And then, man, this is not.
I got Vikings. I got
yes,
Vikings.
Sir. Yeah, I was like, but you know what though?
Josh Dobbs, baby. Josh Dobbs season. Let's get it.
But I'm like, you know what? Russ is feeling it now. Coming to do what? To be on the sideline, right? To do what? What are you gonna do? Listen, just because he doing a step back and Tim's out there on Monday Night Football. Listen, man, he's
38,
40,
man.
He's 40 years old, bro. He's got to have a seat. He can come back next season, maybe, and be ready to go. It's not worth it. He needs to sit his old ass down and just enjoy the season, enjoy the ride. Like, what are we talking about? Like, he ain't coming back before Christmas. Sorry. If he is, he's I'm telling you one. I'm telling you twice. Aaron Rodgers is not going to be naughty or nice because Zach Wilson is coming into town. So he already made his list and he's checking it twice. So sorry, man. Sorry. It's okay though. It's all right. Your pick could be good for next year, but it ain't happening this year. But I'm going with the Broncos though. I'm Broncos Nation, baby. Let's ride. Let's ride, baby. Let's ride. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out.
Nobody can be the 2011 Giants. All right.
Cut it out. So wait. So time out. So you're telling me so they're 4-5. So you're telling me they're going to lose maybe 1 or 2 more games, and they're going to win 5 straight or whatever. They get in at 9-8 or whatever, or that's the new 9-7 now. They're going to get in at 9-8 and go on a run. And it's AFC. Are you crazy? Come on. Listen, we already have a bet, Ryan. Like my merchandise should already be in the mail already. So I can rock my merchandise should be free and the rocking in the mail. You see, Aaron's rocking the TMS. He's rocking the TMS gear. So
the old logo
TMS for you, because you can put on your show and talk about. And once again, you're letting your faith be bigger than your fear right now, but you should be fearful, Ryan. You should be fearful.
Oh, no.
It's not going to happen.
No,
they're not the OA Celtics either. So sorry. Sorry. You're drunk at this moment.
Trevor Siemian has better stats than Zach Wilson, and he hasn't played in a while.
Yeah, no way.
Oh, he said it's on the way. It's on the way.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. I'm glad it's on the way because I need it. And then last but not least, we have a Super Bowl matchup. We got the Eagles versus Chiefs at Arrowhead on Monday night. I think that's going to be a hell of a game. That might be the game of the week. Could be the game of the year, depending on how things shake out. I'm going with Philadelphia on the road. I think Philadelphia finds a way to get it done. I think they're going to be extra juiced up, to get that game. Obviously, it won't atone for the Super Bowl, but it's always going to be good to get a win in Arrowhead, and they have the sexiest men alive. Or finals for sexiest men alive. So, and talk about outkicking your coverage because Kylie Kelsey fine as fuck. Kylie Kelsey is fine. I was like, when I saw her on New Heights, I said, damn, Jason. I said, this is who you bag, Jason. Like he gave me hope for the big men. I was like, damn, Big J. I see you, big dog. Yeah, I mean, listen, I know everybody want to rock with Kansas City. Last year matchup would not be this season. I mean, it was a great game though in the Super Bowl. I don't think
I'm smoking on that Chiefs pack. I'm gonna go over friend of the show, Rose Gold Dirty. I'm smoking on that Chiefs pack. It's going down, going Eagles.
That's right. So yeah, so there you go. That's our week 11 pick. So we'll be able to see who we got right, who we got wrong. But before we close out, let's get into final words. So start with you, Aaron.
So pretty much, again, like I said in the beginning of the show, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow That's My Sports on YouTube. We are also on X, as you can see all the way down here, _TMS podcast. I just appreciate all the fans that watch us. And again, we answer all comments, questions that are on our live streams. Me and Shay will do the Shay and Aaron show on Sunday. I was texting him during this live stream. We'll be on there at 11 o'clock, probably talk some soccer, maybe a little bit more basketball. I might throw in some hockey in there. I will be on tonight as well, 10 o'clock. I'm going to put it on That's My Sports for the YouTube page with this guy right here, CPNY Sports Network, talking some Giants ball. We are called Feeling Blue, so we would definitely be feeling blue on that. And also, too, Ryan Jones Sr., if you ever want to come on That's My Sports and debate with this guy over here, I know he's always on your show. Feel free, just let me know. We encourage anybody that has a sports podcast to come on and vice versa. And as always, Black people matter.
Yeah. I'll answer that last point. Yeah, Ryan, you definitely overdue to come on here. You've been on here, I think, once, maybe twice. So yeah, we need to add to that for sure. And yes, like Aaron said, anybody that wants to come on, just let us know, and we're able to oblige in that regard. And Chelsea friend, I'm calling you out because I messaged you on IG saying when you're available. You didn't get back to me, so I know it's busy for you, but usually you respond. So I'm hoping that you respond to us, friend, because you love our show and you said anytime you want us to come on or want you to come on, that you'll do so. So I'm calling you out now. You and your brother need to come on the show. And
Brandon's mad busy. He's
winning
games at Yale basketball.
I know they're killing the game. They're killing the game, but I'm just saying, y'all say that y'all love us. We extended family, so we need to make that work. So, but like Aaron said, yeah, make sure y'all follow us on our social media accounts. Once again, it's growing on the daily. Once again, the Love That Y'all show on X. It's the Love That Y'all need to show on the YouTube page as well. And yeah, just keep listening because more good things are on the way as we go into this holiday season. 2/3 of our show have a birthday next week, so we'll celebrate that when the time is right. But Aaron's reaching a milestone, and Shay now getting over the hill because Shay is going to be over 30 now. So welcome to the club. And as always, Black Lives Matter, not just when it's convenient for you. So he's Aaron Cass. I'm Hollywood Rashawn Buchanan, and until next time, we'll see you. Peace.
Tie this game at 60.